So, what faculty of life do you think it is that makes us us through the soul, that makes every soul a sort of frequency or corresponding pattern, whether you're happy, sad, mad, neutral? There's so many different states of awareness, but we're all the state of, as life goes on, you have to eat, like, or live, you know what I mean? So there is motion to life. So you're creating karma of the soul in the essence of the outcome of your mannerisms and everything that make you you through your soul. Them are the traits that hold to the greater cosmic piece of our oversoul in everything. Meaning, like, our soul is our soul, but once we leave the body, when we dream at night or other places like that, we actually travel through different places in conscious realms within reality that we're tied to through the mechanism of the quantum field of realities and dimensions. So the reality of the soul is many things throughout the oneness that is real. So what I'm saying is that this oneness is like having the greater puzzle piece of, like, say, many souls having different aspects or pieces of the puzzle. And that is different variations or stems from a sort of intelligence or a sort of energy or a wavelength of the sort that holds, energy and soul input and output of, like, all what's going on around the whole ecosystem of every other living animal, like the birds and everything like this. But we're interacting, right? And it's a soul composition to the other thing. And they are having key aspects or ingredients to that soul composition. So it's going to the standpoint of, like, being on level of making it a possibility for everything to have a connection. That connection is another stem of consciousness within your consciousness, and you remembered it. You can remember this, and that's the oneness is real. Is you can use other key pieces of intelligence to fit a puzzle piece or key ingredient to another that can actually make sense on a commonality of the oneness that's real, like the aspects of, like, say, God, like really high intelligence, uh, like on this sort of level that we think of such things. When you say God, like something that's divine, righteous, real pure at heart, telling the truth at heart, and all this other stuff. So what I'm trying to say is that we all have the God seeds of which was created from God, like from the originating sources of the originating sources of the originating sources from that. And it's like you could pile up books upon books upon books, like, as much as you want. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is that the knowledge of God is, like, so vast. The brain can hold so much more than a mega computer can. Lifetimes of information, multiple lifetimes of information the brain can hold. It's capable of holding that much. And when I put my motor skills in my brain to use, it gets that engine revved up at a certain frequency of when I'm thinking of a certain rate of intelligence. Then I can be on a higher wavelength of my brain's perception in the present moment of many things that I'm being aware of, that I'm taking into account, and being of all these things that are tied back to me. And the oneness of the universe of everybody else, which their source of, they're tied with their intelligence of when they put their brain to use, their sides of intelligence of whatever the abilities or skills or traits they had from the divine aspects of attributes from the originating sources of intelligence from wherever, from it got created from now until now. Like the sun gives us information, and that we're surrounded by spiritual information through all the animals and everything like that. that if we connect to and be on this level. So I'm gonna say this one thing uh, on a side note to this video because I explained a lot. Okay, I really did, and I want to keep this video. But I'm gonna say something very important about that in the future. When I do get a girlfriend that's of age, of course, because I want a family. I want a family, and I want kids of my own, you know, and to raise them and to have a happy wife, you know what I mean, that would like to cook for me. And I do my daily workouts and be motivated for her and everything and be just amazing, you know what I mean? But anyway, getting back to the video, it's the oneness of the universe, and it's my key traits and puzzle pieces of my equation that I want to present to the table because it's this deep notion in my mind that I have a lot of things to say about the sort of aspects of my goals and higher goals of aspirations that I have. So everybody does, and on them dream level like states of higher intelligence, we can manifest like in any dimension. It's just we need to get to the level and state of the vibration to do it, in the manifestation of the putting our minds to the test, our bodies, what they're capable of physically doing. So I can move like really fast like that. But that's because I learned that kung fu thing, and I trained my brain to even go faster and faster. And I studied, and I got progressed and I got better. But what I'm trying to say is that yeah, it's 7 minutes in now, so I said a lot of information on this podcast. So anyway, Nia worships the divine goddess. Girls, I hope you're doing all right. Um, everything's going good, and yeah. So this is little Emily's necklace from Winnebago. She's in her 20s. It's little Emily's. Little Emily. Little Emily. Little Emily's. Little Emily. Okay. I had. Okay. This is a good podcast video, and I'll end it with that. Okay.